How many Minecraft 1.16 speedruns do you think there are? I was curious about this myself for a video idea, so I decided to take a look. Let's see how many there really are. $942. That is a lot of speedruns. Now you can see at the bottom here, there's 3 runs that are about an hour to 2 hours long. We're not going to be including those because they just didn't submit their in-game time, so their place in the board is just a little bit wonky. The run that we're going to focus on is 939th by Miles_away. Now Miles very much knew what he was doing when he submitted this record, as you can see by the text shown here. The goal was to do a 24-hour speed run, but sadly after 21 hours, I didn't have the energy to keep going. Previous longest run was 10 hours, so pretty happy, doubling their speed on my first attempt. Miles went for a record that most speedrunners normally don't go for, which was bottom of the leaderboard. So I was curious, how fast could I speedrun the worst seed on the leaderboards? Let's find out. One more quick thing before we get into the video, I wanted to mention that a large portion of you currently watching are probably not subscribed, so if you could hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. This video took an insane amount of time. It was extremely hard to actually get the time that I did, and it took a lot more time than the sub 10 minutes on my world record seed. This was really a challenge, so I hope you guys appreciate it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are not already, and I will see you very soon. Let's get into the video. All right, let's talk about this run. So this seed is actually pretty solid. If this was a real speed run, the seed wouldn't be too bad. The nether is not ideal at all, but we will get to that. But everything else besides the nether was honestly, I couldn't ask for more. You'll see here that I spawn in a taiga forest, and most of the time that's not good. This would normally, like for me, this would have been an instant reset. But realistically, there are a couple things that when I flew in creative beforehand, to try and figure out how I'm going to route this and what would be the best way to get the best time, this seed was actually really good. Like this overworld was nice. You can see I'm running into a village here. I pre-routed this so that I knew that this was the most important building where I would get these beds, and then I can get all the beds that I need before I head to a blacksmith that you'll see in just a second. And that blacksmith is honestly a real saver in this run. It saves me a lot of time. So you could tell by the thumbnail that this time is under 15 minutes. I don't know what the title is yet, but probably something along the lines of saying under 15 minutes. When I started this, my goal was sub 20. I thought that would be pretty realistic. I thought that would be doable with like really good blind travel and like an okay-ish overworld if I could get in fast. And then I saw the seed and I was like, wow, this is like, I saw the blacksmith with the iron pick. You'll see the lava pool that I end up going to. And I was like, wait a second, this has like potential. And you know, there were a couple reasons that I don't want to spoil now that it was very difficult to finish the run. But I could tell that there was a pace here for sub 15. And the first time that I got into the end on this was around like 13:10, 13:20. And the dragon just didn't perch. And then I realized like I should just go for sub 15. I should really try and get it. It'd be a lot cooler than just saying sub 20. Sub 15 is obviously much harder than sub 20. So I was super happy with that. So let's talk about what I'm doing here really fast. I'm actually heading to a lava pool that's a ruined portal that I scouted beforehand. And this is, again, like, you could maybe see this if you were playing this run legit. Obviously, you know, I'm playing it legit in the sense of I'm trying to play it like it's an RSG seed. You know, I'm still going to throw my Eyes of Ender, kind of similar to how I did the sub 10-minute run on my world record run. This is very similar in that vein. So I knew what I was doing beforehand, but I tried to make it look like it was kind of an RSG run, like in as many ways as I can, right? So here we go. We get to this ruined portal that doubles as a lava pool, and I'm able to make the portal here. I think I misplaced some blocks. Oh, no, I don't on this one. Nice. There were a lot of times where I misplaced some blocks crafting this. And honestly, this was really good practice for making these ruined portals, or making these ruined portals out of lava, because a lot of times I don't like doing a traditional lava style. These 2 pickaxes are massive, by the way. I'll talk about them in a second. But I don't like doing the normal style where you just put the water in the lava, right? Because you don't want to turn all the lava into obsidian. Sometimes you don't have that much. So I knew that I needed And these piglin are gonna get mad at me. So I knew that I needed a lot of lava, and I didn't want to waste it. So the reason I'm mining this gold is because we're gonna head to a bastion, and I like getting the gold boots, and I'm able to get 33 gold nuggets, which is okay. Sometimes when I was doing this, I would get enough gold ingots there that I wouldn't have to mine anymore, and that would be really nice. That would be like a 5-second time save. But that didn't happen in this run, unfortunately. It would have been really, really cool though. And then you can see I'm mining through all these chunks, or all these blocks. The reason I'm doing that is you will see, but I need a lot of blocks. So that's what I'm doing. These 2 pickaxes come in super handy for that. And like I said, like this was really fun. Like it got really challenging towards the end, but the idea of this was awesome to me. It was super strategic. You know, I had gold apples to work with. You saw in the beginning, I was only using bread out of a chest. I didn't make a hoe or grab any hay bales or anything like that. Like I was solely relying on things that I got. So 13 bread and 2 golden apples. I had to kind of figure out when the best time for those would be. And then again, you can see here the use of the gold pickaxes breaking the blaze spawner. Really, really helpful. Something I should note too is that I was actually playing this without headphones on. The reason I was doing that is so you can hear the game audio in the background. A lot of times when I'm doing runs in general, as you heard in the sub 16 run, or the failed world record bread video, the previous video that I did, you heard the music in the background, and I didn't want to do that for this because this kind of seemed, you know, this was more like scripted, I guess, rather than me just chilling doing runs. So I wanted it to be legit. So I was playing without headphones and just listening to music in other earphones, so you guys could hear the audio. So hopefully you appreciate that. I haven't been keeping track of my blaze rods. If I remember correctly, in this, I'm recording this about like 3 or 4 hours after it happened. But I'm pretty sure my blaze rod luck is pretty bad, or at least like average. There were a couple times where I would leave by like 5 minutes, 5:20. So this was not the best pace. But there was a downside. Like I said, I need a lot of blocks, right? So this downside gives me more time to mine these nether brick blocks, which becomes super important. I don't want to spoil why, but it becomes super, super important. So that kind of works out. Sometimes when I would get really good blaze drops, I'd have to just mine more blocks along the way, which, you know, I'm not complaining about. But, you know, it's what I'm saying basically is it's not the absolute worst thing in the world that I'm staying here a bit longer than I'd like, right? So at this point, I'm almost thinking of resetting. And normally I like to be out of this blaze spawner by like 6 minutes, and I'm just not getting the drops I need. So I'm thinking about resetting here. And I think blazes spawn almost instantly after I mine this last block. And I can see I have a ton of blocks. 52 and 36 is 90, is 88. So I'm totally fine on blocks. 3 more spawn. I don't get a drop there. And I believe only one of these drop because I have to wait for another round. And I'm really thinking of resetting it. And I'm so glad I didn't. A lot of times, you know, I'll talk about this more when I get to the Bastion. But a lot of times in this run, the Bastion would really screw me over. The main reason for that was the chests in the Bastion were very bad. I only was able to get 5 obsidian, so I was really relying on piglin trades for the rest of my obsidian, and that was really challenging. So I'm leaving with 6 rods because I know that the portal is a 1-eye, so unless both of my eyes break, I'm totally fine. Which, you know, if both my eyes break, you just reset. You know, I'll take that if I'm leaving at the late time that I am. So I'm thinking at this point, this is bad, right? Like, I'm leaving at 6:30. I do not want to be leaving at 6:30. This is not optimal for me. And I'm just really wishing that blazes could have got better. But again, I have a lot of blocks. I have 94 blocks, which is really useful. And we're getting to the point where we see why. This is going to be super mechanically challenging this next, like, 10 seconds. This is kind of utilizing what I talked about in the tips and tricks video about not taking fall damage. You can see I'm kind of placing blocks in a lot of different places to make sure I minimize fall damage with my food situation. So this worked out really well. I did a couple runs where it was smoother, but I'm still pretty happy with that movement. And then we're climbing up this tree, and this is the run killer. Absolute thing that made this a pain to do. This is about a 70 block speed bridge. And this was awful. This is where about 50% of the runs would die, if not more. It was really, really challenging. There's not much more to say about it. It was dreadful, but I'm really happy that I was able to do it. There was no real easy workaround for this. You know, if I wanted to cheat you guys and play it safe, I could just go around, but that'd be like a minute, if not more, of a time loss. And to be honest, the speed bridge is kind of cool, right? Like, I'm glad I ended up sticking with it. It was really nice. We do another quick little speed bridge here. This is actually a housing bastion, so let's talk about these chests here. I know those 3 chests are garbage, so I'm not even going for them. And the only good chest is the double chest on the bottom. I take my boots off here, but it ends up not really mattering because there's a zombie piglin, which makes all the piglin hate me. So we're heading down here and breaking all these blocks so the piglin can come down. So this is really, really nice. I'm able to start trading at 8:15, which again is a bit slower than I'd like, but not the worst thing in the world. And this bastion is crazy fast. Like I said before, I had really, really poor luck with my bastions. This one was crazy. I got everything I needed almost instantly, and that really helped bring this run back. This was actually the fastest run that I had get to the end, so everything pre-Dragon Perch was the fastest it had been. So I was really, really happy with this. And you can see I already know that I have ender pearls. Right now I'm digging straight to the chest so I don't pick up any other gold. And I still have this gold block in case there's piglin here that I need to trade with. So I grabbed the 5 obsidian that I know I'm going to get. I grabbed the crying obsidian in case I don't have enough. And I'm breaking this gold block to hope that more piglins come. But they just aren't. So not happening. I end up just turning it into gold and trading with the piglins that I have. So this is about when I realize I get like everything I need. I look here and I'm like, whoa. I have 7 obsidian. I have 1 pearl trade. I need 1 more pearl trade and 3 more obsidian and I'm out. I already have 2 obsidian, which is really nice. I see another pearl trade. It's not enough, but I have my obsidian, which is crazy. So all I need is 1 more pearl trade. Or no, I think I just leave. No, I have 10. I can't leave. I get 1 more pearl trade there and I'm out. So I'm leaving this bastion in like a minute of trading, which is insane. This is like unironically a sub 2 bastion. Absolutely insane. Really, really saved this run after really poor Blaze RNG. So I was super, super happy with this. And now we are going to the blind travel spot. So doing this, I want it to seem realistic. I didn't obviously want to just blind travel into the Stronghold. So I actually was going to do 1 blind travel spot and then kind of just see where it took me and then do where the actual blind travel spot would be after I did my first initial one. But my first like completely 100% blind travel put me 120 blocks from the Stronghold, which was right on this tree. My thought process was I'm probably gonna have to head back because of the cords. So let's see. I absolutely choked this too, by the way. This was really bad. So I head here. These cords add up to around 290, I believe. And it puts me like literally 120 blocks from the Stronghold. I was absolutely blown away. My blind travel luck is just really insane. And this ends up working out really well. So I throw the first die. Obviously, I know where it's going to go. And it breaks. And I'm like, I swear to God, this is the fastest pace I had been on. If this next die breaks, I'm going to be so mad. Thankfully, obviously, you're watching this, so you know that it doesn't. But in the moment, I was super heated. I was really, really hoping that this would not break. And it doesn't. So that's very nice. So now all I got to do is triangulate that, which this triangulation, I'll be honest, is pretty fast. I think I probably could have done almost as fast, maybe 1 or 2 seconds more. But this is still pretty accurate. I placed the obsidian because why not? And we are digging down into the Stronghold. Now this Stronghold is actually super interesting because the portal room is hidden by a like walled off area. But I would actually dig here. I played this exactly how I would normally play the Stronghold. Go down middle first, and then come out here, and then look for any hidden entries. And then I see because that top right door is empty, but it has like stone behind it. I know that there's a hidden door on the bottom part. So that just happened to be where the portal was on this, which was really, really nice. And I'm able to start climbing up here at 11:45, which is, again, this was by far my fastest end entry by like a minute. I don't think any other runs were comparable. And I had some really bad dragons up until this point. I was like, can I just get a good dragon? I was thinking like there's absolutely no way this doesn't PB, right? Or not PB, but there's no way this isn't sub 15, right? I literally have 3 minutes on north south. There's no way this doesn't PB. And this dragon took its time. I'm not going to speed it up or anything because, you know, we just got to sit here and wait. But I do want to just talk about while I'm sitting here and towering and going to wait for this dragon. Do you like videos like this? Do you want me to... I'm thinking of like doing, not a series is probably too big of a word, but would you be interested in seeing me speedrun like other top runs, like redoing their runs and see how fast I could do them? Obviously, it's not the same because it's not RSG entirely, but for example, it'd be really cool to see like like Sizzler's first sub 20 run. Like, what if I could do that in like sub 12 or something, right? Like something crazy. I wonder if that's really possible. I bet with a lot of runs, it's probably hard because the meta was more just fast trades, and you know, I think it's a lot harder to do it that way. You know, I have to reset a lot more for trades, so maybe it would be challenging. But maybe I do seeds from like comments, PBs or something like that, or if you guys have a recommendation, maybe that could be a series. I've also been considering if people would be interested in me like VOD reviewing a run, doing like a more like detailed analysis in some top runs. I think that would be super interesting. I think that's something that I would be pretty good at. I've always kind of liked the coaching aspect of kind of just competitive gaming in general. So I think that'd be pretty interesting. Let me know if you have any other ideas. I'd be super interested in it. But back to this run. At this point, I'm sweating. I'm like, there's no way. I've been sitting at the top of this tower for a minute and a half. Just please, 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 please perch. And this dragon was just not cooperating. And at this point, I'm kind of getting tilted. I'm like, no way. Like, there's no way I'm actually going to have to reset after how good this second half of the run was. And this dragon was really pissing me off. I had another run, too, that actually could have been, like, 1340. And I almost died because of the soul sand. Never use soul sand to tower up. I'm being dumb here. I had a run that was, like, 1340 when the dragon was perching. But I actually looked at Enderman. And I never do that. I never look at Enderman when I'm towering. And I did. And I had to place water to save myself. And the water current screwed up my one cycle. So I was not happy. So I'm waiting. I'm like, please, actually perch. Please, 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 please. And it does, and I'm like, oh my god, there's no way. And now I screw up this one cycle horribly. My first two beds are absolutely awful, but I make up for it with my last four. I don't care that it's a 6-bed one cycle. I know it's bad for me, but hey, we did it. And it's just barely under 15 minutes, which was my goal time, so I'm so happy with that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. This was a blast, honestly. I had a ton of fun doing this. It was definitely challenging at some parts, but it was very well rewarding. Really cool to do 21-hour run to 15 minutes. So I hope you all enjoyed. Again, let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if there's any other videos, ideas that you have, and I will see you all soon. I'm hoping to start streams this weekend. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, everyone.